launching screens. Now, I'm going to be back in about a few minutes, but as I set up, we're going to talk about a few things real quick. I do love how people are delusional. And the reason why I say that is because for someone to try to accuse us of not doing tests, they are completely delusional. Everybody knows on YouTube, anybody who watches my channel know that I do tons of testing on my products before we even launch them. Now, we have, the only one we're doing right now that hasn't been tested, that actually is in a pre-order, is the Gamer Paint. And if you had saw that screen yesterday, that screen is beyond outstanding. It is an amazing, amazing screen, which we have right here. We got to test today. So, first of all, the product we have is not certified yet. You have to go through a procedure to have a screen certified. I already checked. I talked to a few people over Projector Central. I have a few friends over there. It's a requirement to do. It's a requirement, some stuff you got to do. So that takes time, a lot of paperwork and so forth to get that done. So our screens are not certified. Number two, we do test against certified screens, but our screens are not certified. Number two, making accusations that our products are not tested, you have to be delusional. We've been doing tests for the last 4 or 5 days. We've been doing constant tests. As a matter of fact, I'm actually doing tests right now. I'm getting set up for tests right now. We got several projectors standing behind us. We have certified screens over here. We got ultra short throw over here. We got distant throw projectors over there. So we constantly do tests all the time. Number three, making a video by saying that our screens come up too dark when we literally just came outside from doing a demonstration on a black screen that was able to produce images at 7 o'clock in the evening hours. And then we went back out again and we did another demonstration off that, another live demonstration off that on Facebook. So these videos are circulated everywhere. And on top of that, we have a contract through another company who's been displaying the Signature 17. Soon he'll be displaying, we've got a contract to sign on that. We're going to go into negotiations for that. Soon he'll be signing the contract for the Phoenix, which he'll be seeing demonstrations on also too. So I don't know where this particular individual lays his head and what goes through his mind from time to time. Like I said, untested, yeah. We're the only ones that do tests like this. The thing is that I think the individual was mad because we did a demonstration yesterday displaying the screen with all these LED lights, not LED lights, but 100-watt lights all over the screen. And if people are going to compare their stuff as being equal to ours, then you should match our demonstrations. You don't go out and make accusations that you're going to be just as good as someone's product and you don't want to do the exact same demonstrations that the product is doing. If you can't match the demonstration, then you're not the same as the product. So we did a demonstration, Starfield only. No way to get around that one. Right down the middle, simple, plain, Starfield demonstration, fully lit environment. Do not hug your screen. As we've seen in the last demonstration, hugging the screen, too close to the screen. Very, very bad demonstration to do to begin with. So since they couldn't do the demonstration because they knew the screen was not going to show up, they do the same thing. They take a black surface and they said that's their product. Well, that's kind of impossible because, like I said, we just came literally outside at 7 o'clock in the evening doing the demonstration out there on the product. We've been running tests all day, all week long. We've been running tests. The other fellow has a Signature 17 acoustic, has been running his demonstrations on the product, so it's not just us now. There's other people doing it. So as you can see, they won't do any of the challenges we put up. They'll make accusations that they have the same product as ours and won't do our tests. They'll claim our products are untested when we're doing tests literally all week long and we have more tests to go through. And this is just desperately a person who just doesn't want to accept the fact that the product that he has is obsolete and that it's just not worth the time. So as I said before, and I'll say it again today, we have a slew of tests that we have to go through, and a lot. This screen is going to be launching on the 23rd. Pre-orders have been pushed into the website, and we have to get this test all finalized by the 23rd, which it'll do it with no problem. And I feel if this person feels that they're doing these amazing tests that our screens can't do or whatever, hey, throw a few at us. See what that Phoenix will do with it. Any test you bring up, I guarantee the Phoenix will pass it with no problem. Any of the technologies we have on the Phoenix and Novus can pull up white levels, contrast levels, equal to gray screens because we have to test them on certifieds all the time. The problem you have with gray screens do not do demonstrations on contrast levels. And if they do them, again, I explained to you crystal clear, they would do these demonstrations in dark environments. The light meter, my friend, you're talking about environment on a light meter. I love the people who come in and talk about the light meter. First things first, we're outside at 7 o'clock in the evening. The ambient light that I have outside is beyond your light meter inside your home. That light meter doesn't mean jack. Number one, in the demonstrations where I saw you display the light meter, when the sun was coming up, it was hitting your meter, which means it was jumping your levels automatically from the door. I picked that up automatically. Number two, we're outside at 7 o'clock in the evening. There is more ambient light out there than there is inside your apartment. And if that screen can pick that image up with no problem, crystal clear, and contrast levels with colors, and not fade, not wash out, and produce a tannish look to the screen, that is a fantastic product. Now, what I need to ask from you is, where is your contrast levels? Where's your star field? Where are your OLED fish? Where are your contrast demonstrations in a fully lit environment? Why were you hugging the screen? I need to ask you, why were you sitting literally that close to a projection screen to display contrast levels? You do know that your customers, when they view your screen, they're not going to be sitting that close. How are they going to be to make out the contrast levels or even see the screen decently if they're sitting that close? So are you saying in your demonstrations that customers have to sit that close to the screen in order to enjoy it? Because a projection screen, you're supposed to be sitting off at a distance. Let me show you something, Crow, how it's done. This is how your screen is supposed to pull up. I want to display a star field demonstration. I want you to display the same exact demonstration as I'm doing it right now. And I want you to do it in a fully lit environment. I want your projector to be away from the screen. And I want you to pull a star field demonstration on your product today and right now. That's what I'm asking you. Because I have demonstrations you haven't even matched yet. Can you match any one of my test demonstrations? Can you give me 13 feedback on 1,000 lumens outside and display contrast levels on your screen? Where are your demonstrations of the UV mix? I need to ask you questions on that. Your UV mix product, which we have over here, I noticed that the white levels are extremely bad. Have you done any demonstrations of a white background? Listen to me. Don't talk about copyrights. I'm talking to you right now about your product. Show me a demonstration of your product of showing a white background with your UV mix and show the white levels on how your UV mix portrays white levels. Have you done those demonstrations yet? I expect those today too also. I don't expect for you to, do not hug your screen. Please stay away from the screen, pull back at a distance, let everybody see the environment and the screen at the same time. I also would love to see a demonstration of your product on at least 150 inch, a screen much bigger than the 100 inch you have in your house. If you notice, if you look around my house, my screens are quite large. Because when you have a 100 inch screen, what happens is, and you're constantly doing demonstrations on that screen, you're not pushing on anything bigger like 150, 160, 180 inch. You're not showing how your product is going to be portrayed on a larger scale. You do know your pixels are going to have to expand, right? And if your pixel is going to expand the bigger the screen, that means you may cause some deterioration on the screen. And also, too, you may have some issues with the ambient light in the environment that could disrupt your quality of your picture, the distance throw from the projector. These are demonstrations you should be doing. You don't do any of these demonstrations. I don't want to hear you talking about we're not going to discuss copyright violations. That's between my attorney. If you have a problem, you can contact them and you talk to them about that. I'm asking you questions about your product. Also, too, while you're here, why did you delete a video off your channel showing you making a black and white mixture? And it matched a product that we had downstairs called My Mix, which I used your demonstration to make the product. And it matched your product perfectly. Why did you delete the video? I'm asking you a simple question. If you're asking, look, light meter, now no, this is how interesting people that Crow and his individuals are, and I'll tell you why. They're asking for me to take a light meter. This is a meter that you get off your cell phone to judge how much light you have in the environment. This is inside. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Which area produces more light? Outside of your house or inside of your house? Simple question, just answer the question. Which one produces more light? Outside or inside? They can't answer that question. Outside. So bottom line is, I stick a meter outside, it would go off the chart. I asked you a question. And second, we saw the demonstration on the meter. When the sun came up through the window, when it caught halfway, he made sure that the meter caught it so his meter would jump. First things first, the environment that I'm using right now has more light in this environment that Crow has in his. Now, you want to go back and forth the meters. Let me explain something to you. When you asked us to turn our screen around to the black side, right, to display our white levels, which we did, and the black side failed, we did exactly what you asked for. Now, I'm asking you, I want to see your contrast demonstrations at a distance, at 13 to 14 feet back from your screen. And it has to be done on a long throw projector. I want to see distance throw, and I want to see the contrast levels. I'm hoping we see that today. If you can't give me a yes or no that you're going to do this, then I'm going to remove you off the channel because I'm not going to have you here carrying on. So I'm asking you again. Can you display your contrast levels? A star-filled demonstration. You have made statements that your product is the exact same as ours. I'm asking you again. No, I'm asking you. You want to talk about a light meter. I'm asking you a simple question. Can you display your contrast levels? That's all I'm asking you. Just display your contrast levels, Crow. You avoid that at all costs. You can't. I'm going to tell you why. We have your product here. I have your product here, and I have a product called My Mix. We have it here. Your screen can't see contrast levels, and it can't see color. You have been lying to your customers for the longest time. Not only that, your product matches a black and white paint mixture we have downstairs that matches perfectly to your product. Well, hey, if I'm supposed to be a scammer, right? I do all my video demonstrations live. I do more test demonstrations than anybody else. So I guess I'm doing fake demonstrations. Oh, while I'm here doing a live demonstration right now, I guess there must be cameras. Do you want to look for the cameras and explain to everybody how is it possible that I am manipulating in real time? See how bright my screen comes up? Watch this. I can show you a Starfield demonstration. Can you do it? Let's get a little close to the screen. I want you to look at this before I block you. This is what my technology looks like. You claim that my screen comes up so dark that nobody can't see it, right? You know how dark this technology is? Look how dark it is. And we're in real time. So do I have magic powers? Am I manipulating everybody's way of thought of thinking? No, the technology works. Yours doesn't. Well, it does work. Your product does work. The only problem, it works, but it matches black and white paint perfectly. That's the problem. Yep, there's the contrast level right there. You can put all the what do you want? I jacked up the brightness on my camera. We already did that one already, Crow. Actually, I had a camera recording my camera settings, so we did that one too. Yep. And also too, if I jacked up the settings and I had your product against my screen, then that means showing by the demonstrations that you displayed in your video demonstration of your screen turning my screen dark, wouldn't your screen be heightened a little bit higher than my screen? No? Oh, it must be, what is oh, you don't know what contrast is? Crow, that's contrast right there. See that black level? That's contrast. Let me show you what contrast is. This is a contrast level. Probably get a commercial in there, but that's a contrast level, Crow. This is what a contrast level is supposed to look like. If you notice that I'm not hugging my screen, that's a contrast level right there. That's what contrast actually looks like in a fully lit environment. Hold on. Let's get you something else. Let's get, let me see. Since we got you in here. You know, so I'm coming to your channel. I don't come to your channel. I don't bother with you. But you come in my channel because you're always curious what I'm up to and what I'm doing. But let me show you something real quick. This is the demonstration I want to see today. I want to see a star-filled demonstration. I want to see it displayed outside at 13 feet back on 1,000 lumens, as we do on all our test demonstrations. And I want to see you complete that challenge. There's a star-filled demonstration right there. Probably get a commercial in there. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm requesting from you today. And you can't be sitting this close. Let me show you something so you know. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see you sitting on top of the screen explaining how your contrast levels are so dark. I need you to come all the way back here to 15 feet from your screen and display that contrast level for us all. You think you can do that today? That's all I'm asking from you. You're the ones that's making, no one else makes accusations about being able to pull contrast levels next to black screens. You're the only one that does that. Anybody I've talked to and anyone I've done business with, I got a couple cans of different gray screen paints down in my kitchen drawer. None of those people talk about that. You're the only one that talks about that. You're the only one who hugs his screen when you're displaying a contrast level. Who sits that close to a screen to begin with? Would you like me to bring your product out right now and show you how your product reacts to this technology? You really want that? I don't think you do. How you say it's not. How's it nonsense? You have to display a contrast level. You have to. Even when we developed gray screens, Crow, we had to develop contrast levels regardless. You had to show the customers what they're getting. You're not doing that in your demonstrations. You're faking your demonstrations. See how bright the white levels are? No, look, I want you to look at the screen. Look how bright the white levels are. Look at that. Look how bright the white levels are. This is dark technology that you're claiming doesn't have the capability to pull a white level. But for some reason why, only in your demonstrations, our products are supposed to look like that. Anyplace else, they don't. So I'm asking you to display a contrast level. If I can come in here and I can display white levels, if we can test our screens against white screens, and we can test our screens against acoustic screens, white acoustic screens. I did a demonstration where we had the Nova. We had a black Nova in here, and in the black Nova, we showed several black surfaces laid across the screen and displayed the white level. Now, in your demonstrations, you should be doing several dark screens showing contrast levels. Have you done that demonstration yet? No, you haven't. But I'm more bent on the star-filled demonstration. Why do you avoid that demonstration so much? Why do you only display color in fully lit environments? You know why? Because color actually pulls up a better image in a fully lit environment. The contrast level is going to fail miserably if your screen doesn't have the capability of pulling it up. Just do the demonstration. Just do the demonstration as requested. Stop all the nonsense. Just do the demonstration. That's all we're asking today. Since we all got, now you're in the room and I'm talking to you, I'm requesting for you to do a contrast demonstration of a star field only in a fully lit environment. All right, you know the demonstration. Before I remove you from the channel, you know the demonstration that you did where you showed off the bright colors in the room, all that light in the room. I want you to do the exact same demonstration, but I want you to do a star field demonstration only. I want you to take a black sheet of paper, or whatever that black mesh you have in that container, and I want you to put that, and I want you to try to match that surface as close as you can. But you just said that you could basically match our contrast levels, and that's what I'm expecting from you. So bottom line is, you have to understand, Crow 1176 is a fellow who has a YouTube channel, and in his channel he basically claims that he has these gray screen paint products that have the ability to be able to match black screens. And when he does his demonstrations in these poorly lit dark environments. He zooms up on the screen nice and close to show you that look. I'm pulling a contrast level. He's pretty much hugging the screen. You're supposed to do a contrast level. You're supposed to do it at a distance. You're supposed to step back from the projector. You're supposed to show the distance. You're supposed to show the balance and how the environment is going to affect the screen. That's what you're supposed to be doing, so the customer can see the whole entire environment and how the ambient lighting environment plays a part on how the screen is going to be to display the image. And he doesn't do that in none of his demonstrations at all. He does, and anytime he displays a fully lit environment, he will make sure there's plenty of color on the screen like so, because color has a less of a chance of basically fading on the screen. I wouldn't really call anybody a scammer due to the fact that, like I said, we have a video of you that you deleted off your channel that had around 27,000 hits. And in that video, it shows him making 2 tablespoons of black paint into a quart of white paint. And that product we made from watching his YouTube tutorial that allowed us to be able to match 2 of his products. One was the personal mix and the other one was the Metallica mix, which is interesting because, like I said, we have a screen paint called My Mix, which is actually made from a black and white paint. And we were able to match his product perfectly. Not only perfectly in this particular form of a video right here, but we did multiple colors, as in reds, blues, greens, and yellows. Solid colors match perfectly. Contrast levels all match perfectly. We did a demonstration duplicating the video that he displayed in a fully lit environment. It matched perfectly to his product as just being basic black and white paint. And I feel that you're charging your customers $85 for a product and hyping it up to be something that it's not, when we were able to match it with a black and white product of a video that you had on your channel of you making this product, and the product of the video was named Metallica Mix. That's what it was called. And you deleted this video to hide it because you didn't want people to know that you sold them a black and white paint and made them to believe it was something that is not. My friend, that is what you call a scammer right there. Also, too, when we did the unbagging, because it wasn't a box, the unbagging of the Metallica mix, when it got here, it was in a bag. The shipping cost on the bag was $8. We paid $23 for shipping. And we didn't get it in express or nothing. It came to the same amount of time, 2 to 3 business days, because I ship out all the time. That's what time we got it, around 2 to 3. When it got here, bag was open, and like I said, you can watch the demonstration. I'll post the demonstrations below, so you can look at the demonstration, you can look at the deleted video, all that. You can see that I'm backing up, watch the video, and you can see in the demonstration his kitchen and so forth where he's making the product. But as I said before, when we got the bag here and opened it up, on the bag, it's $8. We paid $23 in shipping. That's what we paid for. So, like I said, these are things that he hides and then comes on and tries to belittle other people's products. And other people have accused him of basically coming in and trying to belittle other people's products to make his product look good. But buddy, look, all you got to do right now, I don't have time to explain your life story, but what I need for you to do, stop all this, get to this, do the demonstration that I requested, Starfield demonstration, fully lit environment. That's all you have to do. All right, goodbye, Hammer Games. Goodbye. We've already made this known. Goodbye. You're off the channel. And Crow, you are now off the channel. Goodbye. We already asked you to do what you need to do, and that's it. Goodbye-bye. So as you see, I gave him time to talk. I didn't block him right away. I gave him time to talk, and all he could do was just run his mouth with the same nonsense over and over and over again. He fakes a lot of his demonstrations. And like I said, we have evidence of this particular individual making a black and white paint and then deleting the video and getting rid of it. And as I asked him before, if you're going to compare your technology to ours, you have the same thing, and we can produce a Starfield demonstration. We can produce nice bright colors on the screen without the screen becoming black. Then how come you can't do what we asked for? Just do the Starfield demonstration. What is the problem? Now, this is what this video is about. It's not about testing. We're not going to do testing. We're going to do testing in a few minutes. So this is what we got planned already. We got the Christie 505. That's 5,000 lumen projector. And here, I need to have my lights on in here too. And here we have several projectors that we use for our test demonstrations. Which I'm going to pull up right now. There are lights on in here. So it's going to be a busy, busy day today. If you've been watching any of the demonstrations under our products, we've been doing test demonstrations like crazy. There, right there is my 1,000 lumen projector, 720p, 600 by 800 SVGA, another 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector. We like to test on those to show people that you don't have to have a high-end, high-power projector. We can do it basically on a basic 600 by 800 res. Distance throw, we already have the projector set back at 21 feet. That's the second one we have to do, or one of them we have to do. And then over here, people, we have our certified projection screens that this screen is going to have to pass ultra short throw, which we have set up there on the floor already. So it's going to have to be able to pass 2 certified screens, ultra short throw, and 11 on the 600 by 800, and then another 4 on the 1,000 lumen projector. So a lot of tests, and then after that we take them outside. So like I said, all the test demonstrations that you see me do, he doesn't do any of those tests at all, period, whatsoever, because the screen wouldn't be able to withstand. Even when he's mixing a fake black substance, it's supposed to be our product. He doesn't even do that in a fully lit environment, in fear that if a contrast level pops up, that black paint or whatever he has in there is going to pull a better contrast level than his product. And that's why he has the room so dark. Let's go over to, do I have the other ones in here real quick? Oh, here it is right there. There it is right here. Yeah, it'd be virtually impossible, as dark as this technology, to do this. Virtually impossible. That's why I don't think he really has he doesn't have a grasp on life. He really doesn't in reality. You know, you're in an apartment doing demonstrations of a black substance that's supposed to be ours. We have a contract distributor displaying our product on YouTube. We're doing live demonstrations and constantly doing test demonstrations back and forth on the Phoenix. Just came from outside at 7 o'clock. And they want to go on and on about this meter. The meter that they're using is the app that you get off your cell phone. And when he set the meter down, when the sun was peeking through, it caught the bottom half of the screen. And that's the area where he had the meter at. So the meter is not going to give you an accurate setting. It's going to fluctuate with the light in the environment. There's no way in the world, virtually possible, that the light that you have in your environment is going to stay at the same balance. It's constantly going to fluctuate. So it's going to bounce back and forth. Now, if you want to talk about ambient light rejection technology, or screens that are designed to take that much light, then you should be doing your demonstrations outside, because you're going to have more light outside than you're going to have inside. And there's no protection out there. There's no walls, there's no ceilings, there's nothing to protect the screen at all. It's between the screen and the projector, and that's all that goes on out there. But in here, there's protection for the screen. So that is the meter. No, you can forget that one right there. And here's the thing. If your product has this incredible ability to be able to pick up in a fully lit environment, then that demonstration that you performed in that fully lit environment with all that light in the environment, from now on, all your demonstrations should be done on that level if you really don't have a problem with ambient light, including contrast demonstrations also. But you can't do that because contrast is not going to pick up in that environment. We all know that. So no, bunch of excuses. But let's see today if we do get the Starfield demonstration. Let's see if we get it. I doubt we are. I really doubt we're going to get that demonstration. Let me see. See this? That's me. That is the 1100 lumen challenge. We gave this to him in 2019. And the challenge, he had to pull up an image outside, 7 o'clock, and he had to pull the image up outside. Demonstration, he never completed the demonstration. And you want to talk about our technology. We're going to talk about our technology. A meter, really? A meter? You want to talk about meters? You got to be kidding me. I got technology over here, and we got demonstrations of it taking direct hits from the sun. A direct hit from sunlight. A Nova 19 demonstration. We have those right on our site of a screen taking direct hit from sunlight and maintaining an image. And you want to talk about a meter when we have screens that can take a direct hit from the sun. You'll get a chance to see that because the Phoenix 19 has an invisible version of it, and it has sun killer technology embedded in it, and those demonstrations will be done in direct sunlight. So then when we do those demonstrations, you can talk about your meters. Matter of fact, I'll stick a meter out in the direct sun, and you can watch that sucker jump through the roof, and you can see exactly how much light that screen is actually absorbing in. We can take a meter outside today and stick out there and see exactly how much light the screens are absorbing compared to inside your home. So no, the meter theory is you can't base anything off of that, period. Especially when majority of your demonstrations are done in the dark. And as I said before, people, if you're going to show off your screen and say, hey, look how the screen produces images in a fully lit environment, and you're going to show off all this light, then how come all your demonstrations are not done in that environment? Every day when we get up and I come and turn my camera on, it's the same environment every single time. The same well-lit environment every single time. You don't come on here and see nothing but dark demonstrations, and then once in a blue moon you see my lights on. My lights are always on. My lights are on so much that I had people come to say, for goodness sakes, Bird, can you please do one demonstrations with the lights out? That's what I get all the time. That's why I know that bottom line is that whole meter nonsense is just, no. But like I said, just show us a historical demonstration, we're good. Let me go over here. We got to get started because I got to knock all this out. All this is going to have to be done already. These are our orders. We're done. Well, I had to order another 64-gallon containers. Yeah, we're going. This stuff is selling very well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Those are the new containers right there. All those containers are already already done. Ordered. We got 36 of them or something like that. Yeah. They're done. Those orders are completed right there. I had to go out and I had to order gallon containers because people are ordering it now at 2 gallons at a time. I don't know what in the world you're painting at 2 gallons. I mean, 1 gallon is going to paint a screen size up to about 230 inches. Good gracious, I would love to see those screens. I don't even have screens around here that massive. I would love to be able to see one of those. Yeah. Like I said, and in my demonstrations, you're going to watch me today. You're going to watch me put up 11 certified screens. You're going to show the white levels, which we usually do. If our screens didn't come up the way they did, there's no way in the world they would be able to produce next to a certified screen. His product's not certified. My product's not certified. But my product does much better than his. By bar none, it does. But with no problem, because like I said, anytime we do a demonstration, we're always going to display white levels. We're going to show the white dogs. We're going to show snowstorms. Everything you need to see. Then we're going to go into straight solid colors as we always do, and then we switch over to contrast levels, and then from contrast levels we just go into the visual art and allow you to see exactly how it's going to display all together. Take that down, and then we put in another projector up, which we switch over to 1,000 lumen to show you, even if we drop the lumen count, if there's going to be any change in the screen, or if we pull the projector back, there's going to be any change in the screen. If we switch it out for ultra short, though, it's going to be any change in the screen. All these tests have to be done. So I don't know where in the world he comes off by saying that, oh, our products are untested, when we were doing tests for the last 2 days straight, 3 or 4 days straight, on the Black Phoenix and on the Black Slate. Constantly doing demonstrations, and I turn around, I'm back into more demonstrations today, and tests have to be done. All right, people, so thank you for coming in. And as I said before, I don't block people right away. It's just that when people come in and they don't know how to carry themselves right, they don't know how to be respectable. Like I said, we could have came in and had a conversation. He started getting irritated. He started bringing up other things like, oh, the violation and copyrights. Look, my friend, this is between the attorneys, and attorneys will do their job, what they're supposed to do. We're suing you on a number of things. Number one, the fact that you had a fake attorney. We've requested multiple times for your attorney to contact us. No one ever contacted us. No emails, no one called me, nothing. So the attorney that you had in that yard was fake, which now they're going to have to talk to him again because they need to know why he's impersonating an attorney when he's not one. We never received any letters, and I've requested twice from you. You never replied back. I showed you my documents where I have attorneys, but basically sent you a letter, and you didn't reply. You did whatever you wanted to do. You didn't reply to the order that we gave to you, so that's why we're going into court. Not only that, you start the smear campaign that my technology comes up so dark. So you're going to have to prove in court to that judge and everybody else on why you believe that our products come up so dark, and you're going to have to prove the exact same demonstrations that you have been displaying in all your videos. If you can't prove that, and mind you, we have witnesses, we have customers, we also have people have contracts under us that will be in there to testify. So if you can't prove it, you're going to get sued for a great deal of money. Now, as for the copyrights, you designed an Instagram account. And in the Instagram account, you defaced my copyright multiple times. You can't do that, buddy. You can't go in and take someone's artwork that's copyright and deface it any way you want it and use it for your own personal use without asking for permission from the person who designed it, which was me. And you never got my permission to do so. And you've done this like, what, 8 or 9 times? Take my work and trash it and do whatever you want to do with it. So yes, you're being sued for that. You can't do that. So whatever fake attorney that you had in that yard, whatever nonsense that went on in there, you went on YouTube. This is how lowball this guy. You went on YouTube, did a fake review with a lawyer. First of all, I'm explaining to you how attorneys work. And I don't think you know this part. Attorneys never ever going to meet in a backyard anywhere. They're going to meet you in an office. You're going to make an appointment. You're going to sit down. They don't want to hear this, that, and the other. They want to hear the straight facts. Everything for them, if you don't have proof behind it, is hearsay. That's what it is. That's what's going to happen. They don't want to hear any nonsense in between this, that, and the other. They want to hear straight facts, and you're going to meet with them in an office. That's where you're going to meet with them. They're not going to sit in the backyard with you because, number one, whatever law firm that this attorney is representing, he's nowhere in the world. This guy has to, you know how long an attorney has to go to school, study, and pass the bar in order to be able to get that document, to be able to teach law, to do something stupid, to lose it to begin with. He can be barred for doing something similar to the Bar Association and file a complaint against them for doing that alone. And if outside his law firm finds out that he basically representing their company and goes out and does something like that, he may be fired from his job. So no, that did not happen at all, period. No attorney in their right mind would be dumb enough to do something that stupid. You would really have to be extremely stupid to do something that or trying to get fired. So no, that wasn't a real attorney. And then we requested multiple times to speak with this individual. Never contacted us back at all, period. Do you have the law firm he works with? What are the numbers of the law firm he works with? How can we contact him? How can we reach him? If he's in California, I can send individuals down to California to meet at his office to have a conversation with him to talk about this situation. Who are his superiors? Because if he's doing this outside without them knowing, we need to talk to the superiors and find out why is somebody who's representing your company doing this to begin with. That's tainting your company's name. So these are things or questions that I think you fail to understand, that you're lying. You're plainly lying. You don't have any attorney at all, period. You schemed all this up as much as you just scheme your black and white paint and everything else that you do to make people believe that, oh, I have control of the situation when you have no control at all. But don't worry, you'll see what a real attorney looks like when I see you in court. So, and like I said, you better have that evidence showing my product coming up dark, because people will have contracts with us, Jamie. So you understand how this works with contracts, real contracts. In order to get a contract, Jamie, that individual or parties would have to basically have to test or sample that product. If that product came up as the way you said it came up, there's no way it would be able to produce on the YouTube video, which would be virtually impossible. And nobody in their right mind would ever sign a contract if the product came up looking that way to begin with. And these are individuals that will testify in court against you. So yes, I would be scared to death if I were you right now. You could possibly lose everything that you have. But like I said, these are the consequences of doing dumb things. And he doesn't learn. This is the individual who doesn't learn at all, period. So let him go on, keep on doing his, we don't mind, can keep doing his little paint. This is supposed to be our product because, like I said, all we're doing is just dubbing his videos. We're building a case on them. So But as for his fake lawyer thing, no, he doesn't have an attorney. We've requested information on the attorney. We requested him to contact us. Nothing. Nothing at all. Not a thing. At all, period. Also, too, like I said, even more disturbing people, and I hate to bring this up, but, I don't know what goes on in your head sometimes. I really don't. I really don't. I'm not trying to insult you here, but I think you have the equivalence of one penny in a can that shakes back and forth when it comes to your IQ. And I tell you why when I say this. You do some pretty disgusting stuff. You do. First of all, getting on camera and accusing an individual of having COVID, that they're sick, and that they're coughing on packages, and they're shipping these packages off. Do you have any idea how many people died from COVID? How many people got sick? How many people, family members have lost brothers and sisters and mothers and so forth? And to use this as a form of a tactic, a scare tactic to frighten customers from doing business with me by saying, oh, that's coming from COVID. You're a complete freaking idiot. And I'll tell you why. Because when I got sick in the house that I was living in, I posted a video, much like I post videos all the time. And that video was posted and time-stamped way before COVID ever existed, when I got sick in the house. As a matter of fact, it shows me walking around through the house and down in the basement, showing the large amounts of mold that were growing through the walls that I was breathing in heavily when I was down in the basement. Even the timeline that when the lawyers were looking at, that the time when I was there doing the videos, there was no coughing. And then near the end where I got sick, there was a lot of coughing on camera where my lungs got breathed in all this mold and I got poisoned. So I even had the test results from the company I hired to go into the facility and check and have lab results to find out the building was heavily contaminated by mold. So if I had COVID way back then, I think I wouldn't be here now doing this demonstration. I think I would be in the hospital somewhere hooked up to a bunch of equipment trying to fight for my life. Second, like I said, I just got my COVID shot 2 days ago. I just got a COVID shot. I'm going for my second one pretty soon, fully vaccinated, but still fully vaccinated. I'm still going to be wearing a mask and keeping my distance because there's other stuff triggering around out there I don't want to catch, period. I have been in my house since a year and 4 or 5 months. So I have not left my house. Everything I have orders through my house. So it is virtually impossible for me to even catch it. No one comes through my house at all, period, at all. When mail comes through here, everything is washed and clean. All containers are washed and clean. As a matter of fact, I did update videos about when products come through, that how I have these big trash bags and there's a video of it, of these trash bags that I fill with bleach water, and I hang them up and I let the bleach water drain over top the containers. Because when you have respiratory issues and you're not vaccinated and you got this nightmare out there floating around out there, everything that comes to your front door is its own nightmare with its own personality by itself. And the first thing that pops in your head is, I got to wash everything that comes to that door. I got to treat it like a raccoon with a bowl full of fruit. And that's what I've been doing since I've been here. Mail, packages, boxes, everything is basically broken down and put in different sections, and just about everything is covered in bleach. And when my containers come through, I'm terrified to touch them because I'm afraid that I'm going to touch something that maybe somebody may have something and I may get contaminated and my guy may get sick and I may die because the simple fact that I have this disease in my lungs that's killing me, and I have to basically treat everything like it's the first day. And even vaccinated, I still have to treat everything like the first day. So anything that comes through here has to be bleached down because it terrifies the daylights out of me. So me coughing on camera was my lungs because I got sick again and my lungs started acting up. They started flaring up really bad. I had some instances where I was trying to see a specialist, and there was some incidents about my insurance might have gotten canceled and paperwork. So it's a whole lot of stress that I go on off of camera and just trying to get reinstated and get everything taken care of. So I had to go through a session of not seeing a doctor for a couple of months, and I got sick. And my lungs, and every time I got on camera, I was in pain. I was in all this mess I was going through. But I went through, did my business, took care of my customers, and did it with a smile on my face. You don't understand when you talk about you sacrifice for your company. You don't understand what that's like. And now I'm talking, I'm not coughing, I'm having a conversation with you. I'm not in any pain. I got a chance to, thank God, to go down and see my specialist. They gave me new medication. It's working better. It's cleaning my lungs up, making me feel a little healthier. Went down and got my vaccine shot. I feel happy about that. Going to go down and get the second one. Even happier about that, but still going to treat every day like it's the first day. And then for you to come in and say something like that, that's disgusting. That is really, really disgusting. And you can sit back on your camera and smile and laugh and everything because that's the kind of person that you are. At the end of the day, it doesn't hurt me. I feel sorry for you that you like that, but it's sad. It really is sad that you would think that low down the ladder to try to use that as a tactic to get you more customers. That's sad. But like I said, at the end of the day, my table is always going to be filled. God's always going to continue to bless me. Due to the fact that I do things in the way that he needs me to do things. I'm blessed to have amazing technology that he blesses me to be able to have. And no one can take anything from me but him. And that's the part you're going to have to learn sooner or later. All right, people. Thank you for listening to me talk. I got to get back to a ton of testing. I got much work I got to do. I'm also too happy about getting the second shot because, like I said, I am going to keep things as every day as the first. But it also allows me to get over my fears of being trapped in the house. And that's one of the things that was scaring me the most. Just trying to get outside more and trying to, do something like go get a hamburger or something, you know what I mean? Or take a walk around the corner or something, you know what I mean? And at least I'm teaching myself to overcome these fears and try to push forward. And one of the things I'm going to teach myself to do is to go to Home Depot so I can get wood and supplies and stuff so I can start build screens because I'm going to build some screens. I'm tired of buying screens. Every time I turn, I got to buy a screen. I'm going to build something. Oh, we're going to build a bed sheet projection screen next. So we're going to do that. We're going to buy and build a bed sheet. We're going to try to make it as cheap as possible, but sturdy as possible. All right, people, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to get back to work, make sure we get everybody else taken care of. And like I said, I don't mind the hate. Y'all can put the hate on the videos. I don't mind on that. It doesn't bother me one bit. My YouTube channel, I'm going to explain it to you real quick. It's not for likes. It's not for views. I mean, it's for, I guess it's for views, yeah. It's not for subscribers. Thank you for subscribing if you do. I thank you so much. I designed my YouTube channel to get to advertise. A cheaper way of advertising. Because if you look how much advertising costs, it's a lot of money. And this is a good way for me to get my items out there, let people see what I'm working on, what I'm designing, what I'm up to, stuff like that. That's what it's for. If you want to hate on it, that's your personal opinion right there. But at the end of the day, it doesn't put a frown on my face. I'm happy either way. I got Jesus. All right, people. Love y'all. Gotta go.